I have no dick and I must fuck blue bot levels of money problems. I am Patinator. This is Exanima, and we're gonna try to make some money. We're not gonna run. Astute viewers might notice that I have healed up. I have forfeited many matches off camera just to get this to happen. Okay, so while we are an adept, it's not recommended that we go, jumping into adept waters, as we don't have the money to support that endeavor. We don't have the armor, we don't have the expertise, we don't have the weapons. So what are we gonna do? This is a money-making endeavor. So it's pretty much, real life. I also got a new dagger, a new sword to deal with, and there goes our life immediately. I did switch our daggers around, put that in the right. I think it's more appropriate since I'm learning to do something new. Okay, that thing is too short to actually matter as a stabbing implement, but eventually we'll get a stab and it'll look dramatic, it'll look sexy. Like this. No, that's not a stab, but block. We're gonna go with a traditional 1-2 here, just block and stab. That was as dramatic as I thought it would be. If it would, the only thing that would have made it better would be to hug her and tell her, "Good night, sweet princess, wherever you are." That's not the line. Good night, sweet princess. May flights of angels send thee to thy fucking rest. We also got a handsaw, so we can fully commit to this two-handed bullshit. And we're gonna pick on everybody who is not our size. You know why? Because we want to make money. This isn't about fighting, this is about winning. And beating on people who are clearly somewhat outmatched by this entire thing. Come on, like playing novice, like playing the expert mode in arena, then going back down to novice with all your fancy tools and actual armor. Speaking of armor, that's something I'm excited about getting. Oh yes, we're gonna do the stabbing thing. That is the objective for today, just learning to stab, like that. See? A gentle stab, you hold Alt, at least in the default controls, and then left click and you get the stabbies. Well, we're gonna get the stabbies ideally. Wow, you just raked my face. I said rake. The other word is bad. Well, getting your face raked is bad too, but there's rape is a special kind of evil, according to TV tropes and many other people. And it is. Okay, this is not a productive line of discussion. I don't think anybody's out there defending like, rape is at least one person is enjoying rape. No, dude, that's horrifying and you should be horrified. See, I'm already being punished by karma. Karma, get over this. You seem to be having trouble actually connecting. It might be the earliness, it might be my lack of breakfast, it might be my lack of brain power. But this doesn't appear to be working as well as it should be. I am very moody as an Exanima player. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes I'm garbage, and sometimes I can one run the expert arena without, really hesitating. That should have been a hit. Okay, we might die here, so there's that. No, we won't. Why am I so slow? There we go. Gotcha, bitch. Do you think we have to heal up first? Probably. But let's check our money first. See what we can buy. See if there's anything interesting we can get. We can get a hood, which is a novice item for some reason. So is that. Are we past novice? Let's check out the ranking list. I can never memorize that. So we're an adept now for some reason. I can't tell you why, but we are an adept. And we don't have the armor for it. We don't have the money for it. And look at that, silver, earning silver, man. Let's go for let's go for aspirant. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, good, a shield. That's exactly what I wanted to see. For some reason, this didn't promulgate. By the way, the dagger is supposed to be on our right hand, not our left hand. You got a double swing, so you're pretty good. You think you're pretty slick. I should really learn the name of that thing. And this is gonna take some time. Well, maybe not as much time as I thought. Oh, shit. We need to stop giving our back to them, so let's try something new. Just don't hold shift. I held shift. I'm lying to you. Oh, I have no balls and I must kill. Shit. Get back here. Come here, come here. Just focus. Should also try the head smash. We died. That'll be... Shit. Okay, since I don't want to waste everybody's time, let's go for a novice run. The armor is weird here. Everything's a little different. Are free. Yeah, if you go into the novice arena, you get weaker opponents, but you also get weaker shit. So we're not even gonna try to put on armor now. We're just gonna be naked. What a twist, I guess. So that was kind of disappointing. Never let it be said that I said it was a good idea to start in the morning, so fuck, I guess. All I want to do, aside from see you turn into a giant woman. I should have forfeited, but I didn't want to. I wanted to learn. Okay, come here. All I want to do right now is just bring out the puppies from the box, watch them play with their mother doggy, or the head bitch, as it were. And then just enjoy myself that way. Let's see if we can finish it without the suit, which isn't looking very like... Yeah, we don't have the double swing yet, so this is kind of one-sided. Yeah, it's supposed to be this easy. I guess if we can get a sword, it'll get this easy, but I guess the little dagger and the axe wasn't gonna work for us. Yeah, get fucked. Get fucked on. Oh my god, this is gonna be a short episode, isn't it? This is gonna be an embarrassing one. We shouldn't have died, man. Should be careful. Maybe I should just imagine dogs playing with other dogs, puppies just running around panting. Just messing around and shit. This arena thing, I don't know why. I would love to figure out what makes me so inconsistent at Exanima. I want to understand my flaws, and you just got gutted, son. Let's stab him again. Come on. If this were randomized, I would enjoy this very much so, but it is not. Every opponent is preset. Yeah, maybe I just don't understand spacing as a whole. Come on. Get over here. Neither does he, apparently. He just swung. I didn't even move and it would not have hit me. So that was a spacing error in his part. This guy's usually easy, but I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't say that blocking the hammer with a tiny little gladius, he looks like a gladius, is a good idea. Stabbing? Yeah, there we go. Head slash? No! Okay, he's gonna go for a head now, I think. Usually do. Well, he went for a head, but not in the way I expected. See, blocking that doesn't work. It's too heavy a target. And let's wait for him to do that, and got him. Like a fish. Oh, that looks slick. And we blocked it. The animation looked good. The animations have vastly improved since it was first released. I cannot wait to see what this final form is. No, we're not going to put on a shirt. This is penance. This is me suffering because I am a fuck up. You gotta punish yourself sometimes, I guess. Or I don't think any parent out there would actually say like, yeah, you should punish yourself. Like, do something really difficult. I guess that's not a punishment if I'm learning from it. It's just digging the lesson into your head. Aw, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, get slashed in the face. That would be very untowards to your, you know, getting a date and stuff. Because they're going to be concerned about all the blood. It's really all the blood in your face. I don't think a first date has gone with like, you have such a nice amount of blood on your face. I think this is going to be a good union between our families, Captain Murderhorn. Fuck you. Shit, nice hair. Where'd you get your hair dye? I don't need it. I'm just saying. He's gonna keep trying to stab us. I mean, yeah, generally, but he's gonna keep going for the thrust, I think, if we stay at that range. It was a good sidestep. It just didn't matter all that much. Also, he was sidestepping with a stab. That looked weird. Yeah, after a certain point, the stab actually loses potency. The hurt box vanishes. Can you imagine how fucked up this game would be if the hurt box was always active? Because if you're not holding on left click, you're not actually going to do a lot of damage. In fact, you're going to do no damage. Fuck off. How about that, huh? I'm going to take your legs all day, every day. We should stop holding shift. Yeah, except there. That was a good time to hold shift. That was a good time to hold shift. How about we just step back? I'm gonna head slash him. Oh my god, my arm! Fuck you, man. Wait for the sound effect. Wait for the sound effect before you start swinging. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna chop his legs off. We're gonna die to the last guy. This isn't the last person, by the way. But I usually die here because I have trouble predicting where the hurt box and the sword is. Which is weird because I'm using the sword. Get slashed on. You're gonna slash and I'm gonna stab you. No. No, I'm not. I'm a fucking liar. Well, it was a good dashing, but, you know, a dash attack, but... See, the problem is I like these dramatic shits. Even if I'm playing alone, like I want to dash in and look all fucking cool and shit. How about I stab you in the gut? Nope. Okay. And that is the death of me. That is the death of me of anything. Like, if I were a supervillain, I'd like to think that I'd do well, but I'd probably lose because I'd have to brag, like, did anybody fucking see that? Or like, if I got away with a crime, I'd be like, hey, did you know I got away with that super crime? That thing where I stole the virginities of every woman in the world I've always wanted to see the virginity of, which is, by the way, a very, very dated concept. Like, oh, dude, like, virginity as a value, I guess. I'm all for the demystification of sex. And I feel like this is gonna bear some explaining, because you can't just say, like, oh, I'm gonna take their virginity, even as a joke without some form of explanation. But I'm not. Because I am conflicted by Miss Purple Shirt here, whose head I'm gonna take. That shield, though. I know how to do this. It's the circle to the left and... yeah, that. But I can't seem to land a good hit. We do have a sword, which means... oh god, which means we're gonna get gutted. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? One more. Oh my god. We're dead. We died. Well, I mean, I'm a supervillain, so I guess gender politics is not really on the top of my to care about list if I were a supervillain. But the point is, if I were a supervillain and I got away with the, like, greatest crime ever, I'd brag to somebody, tell them how I did it, and thus give them a way to beat me post-mortem. And that's gonna be shit. Like, I'm gonna be the laughingstock at the Hall of Superheroes and Supervillains. Hall of Justice. Oh god, I don't know where supervillains hang out anymore. I want to say the moon, but the, you know, JLA Watchtower is there. A diamond base is there. Generally, like, the moon's full, man. A lot of supervillains go into the moon. If I were a supervillain, yeah, I'd try for a volcano, but a volcano, generally speaking, is not a good place for a lair, especially if you have, you know, you use metal, because you're just making an oven at that point. Where would I build it? Probably a mountain. Depending on how well structured, you know, the place is. Maybe against... maybe either facing the ocean or not facing the ocean, like to put it against the rain. Yeah. Let's have it face the ocean so that we can use rain and storms as our defense. And then... yeah, it's gonna be built into the mountain. No, not too far down, because if you build it far down, like you have a basement that reaches, well, the base of the mountain, it'll be pointless, because guys can just enter through the base of the mountain instead of having to go up. But the supply lines would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? I've often wondered about supervillain layers and the logistics of supervillain layers. Because... how do we get anything done? Like, when you play D&D, when you play, like, Pillars of Eternity, like, there are traps everywhere and a lot of layers there. And I'm like, how do you guys get anything done when you all have to keep looking out for traps? Or you have to keep watching your step. What if, like, Bob was sleepy and just wanted to get cheese from the refrigerator? Because, you know, he wanted to make a grilled cheese sandwich with jalapenos and tomatoes and... that's pretty good. And onions and shit. And bacon! He had to add bacon, so he went to the fridge and then he tripped over the spike trap and Bob's dead. And how are we gonna tell his family, oh my god, Bob's dead because he wanted bacon at midnight? Bacon at Midnight. That sounds like a good name for a band, I think. That probably is a band name by now. Yeah, see, I can do well if I'm not paying attention to the game, but the moment I try, the moment I pay attention, it all goes to shit. It is a very methodical game, I guess. Get stabbed in the face, man. Yeah, you're too slow. I'm too fast. I'm too naked. I'm too furious. Backswing. I'm half expecting his head to fall off because that was all dramatic and shit. Nah, shield people, we are always having problems against shield people. As we just keep going to the left. Yeah, there we go. Oops, that's not where you want to go. How about we try dashing to the left and stabbing? That's not a stab, but it worked out. You parried me with your bullshit shield. Maybe I should get into shields. Maybe if I should just be the thing I hate. You're gonna stab. Nope. I got your leg. Got your leg. That's very unprofessional. I don't know why I turned into Richard Nixon and why the scenario is me pulling Richard Nixon's leg, but maybe we should just all be happy that we have that image in our heads. Richard Nixon getting his leg pulled. I don't know if that's even a reference. Most people, like, no offense, but like, there's a reason I don't know World War I guess, and it's that I'm ignorant, but like pop culture references. I had cousins asking who was Madonna, and I'm like, my god. First of all, it's not like she's been out of commission that long. Second of all, she just released a new video. Like, a year ago, I guess. For 90s kids, I guess, the most jarring thing is the metaphor, the simile? The comparison that the Bee Gees are to our parents as Incubus is to us. That's how we grew up. 20 years ago, Incubus was a thing. They're still a thing now. I believe they're into interior design. But there's the metaphor for you. And I spent a lot of time thinking about, my god, like, I'm 30. It's a world I don't understand. My friends and I, yeah, we have a buddy in Canada, and he asked us, like, take a selfie. I miss you guys. Which was cool with us. And then when we tried to take a selfie, none of us knew how. We tried to tell the camera, like, how do you know if it's getting you? And, like, that's where we understood how disconnected we were from the youth. It's a whole new world out there, and we don't understand it. That dashing slash is not working for us. This bitch is gonna kill us again. Come on, get wrecked. Get wrecked by me. Fortunately, when we restart the arena campaign, it should all work out. Maybe we'll get smarter somehow. Stab? Maybe we won't be as dumb. Jesus. That armor, bro. Maybe we should put on some armor. I feel like we'll do well for some protection. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's not the defense it's not our offense that's failing us. It's the defense. Maybe we should go for a leg. It's lever. Well, that's not going for a leg, Pat. That was kind of. Come on. We're not getting the hits in. Stab. Tit stab. I have double tit stab. Which is, I guess, what you could call a tit job, but it's really not recommended that, you know, you tell your lady that I'm gonna stab you in the tit. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna take that well, especially if it's their first date. Do people still date, or do people just Tinder and, like, we went out. I'm very non-committal. I'm so non-committal that the word date is too much for me. I'd rather say that we were in a thing and we did a thing, and I don't understand that. In fairness, again, I mentioned this before, but I've never been in the dating scene. I'm just, here you are. This is me. How do you feel about that? Bad? So well. Oh, now I'm nervous because the music changed. Also, I got gutted. He has a double swing, so let's be careful about that. If we miss our counter strike, and I do kind of miss counter strike, we're gonna have problems, because then he can go with the second swing and ruin our day, which is why I'm going very defensive. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This ass posture is extremely indicative of how I feel right now. I am Patinator. I am sorry. I'll see you later.